Yes, peeps, so it's me again at Talk Your Talk. It's always a pleasure to be right here. Anyway, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, what is written there? Yes, this world is so full of immorality. Well, in other words, this world basically is just full of shit. Seriously. Okay? Well, I'll tell you why I'm saying this. And if you are the kind of person who have any kind of morals with yourself, when you look at what is happening in this world today, you will understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so we know that times gone by, when I say times gone by, I mean years gone by, the question of homosexuality was straight up taboo. Okay, people, I mean, if they get involved in this activity, they hide in holes like crabs. They don't come out in public. Everybody knew it was like an abomination to perform those acts of homosexuality and lesbianism and animaldom, well, having sex with animals and stuff like that. Okay, and the whole question of having sex with children, well, that was just out of your mind anyway. But we know now that stuff like that went on. But anyway, as time progresses, what you realize is that the people who commit those crimes, right, they know it is wrong, but they pass law to make it right, to make it palatable for the rest of the community, and they try to push it down your throat in every way, So that means in certain places, even a man could marry a man or a woman. And we know definitely, according to just the natural running of things, that is against the grain, basically. That is not natural, that is not of nature. Anyway, so people are committing homosexual activity like if it is correct to do. They have legal backing to do it, and they have a lot of power. Well, as you know, recently they put a whole lot of pressure on Buju Banton, and as a result of the pressure they put on him, well, most of you may not agree with me, but I do believe that they broke him up to a point whereby he basically apologized for a song he sung quite a number of years ago. A song named Boom Bye Bye in a Batty by 8. Anyway, so they put a lot of pressure on him. Well, he make jail for his drug stuff or not, whatever he made his prison sentence for. But when he comes out, he want to make some money, so he had to go to the homosexual communities basically, and whatever he told them, whether it is a statement or an apology, but whatever he did, they accepted his statement or his apology. In my book, he bowed so that he could have his show in certain place, so he could make certain monies. If he didn't go and apologize to those people, maybe he would not have been able to have any show. You understand? Well, to me, personally, people look at things differently. But to me, once I know something is wrong, I would not bow out and apologize for what I see. If I give the homosexual community fire and I burn them out because I know what they're doing is wrong, then there is no way they could tell me, well, you can't drink water, you have to apologize, or you can't do this, and you can't do that. Let me tell you something, my Elohim is more powerful than that. And if he know I'm on the right track and he know what I am doing is correct, you understand, and he knows that what these people and them is doing is wrong, and the fact that I speak about it, they feel offended, is because I'm speaking the truth. To hear this, there is no way you're gonna get me to apologize for that. No way. I would not be apologizing to no homosexual. Yes, they might not want to give you work. They might want to make you lose monies and stuff like that. Yes, they would. But then that is the name of the game when you are actually walking a path of righteousness. So anyway, these people and them have all this power in them now. When they were people that were living in the shadows, now they come out in the light and they have a tendency to be taking control of the natural world. Yeah. So anyway, recently now, as a matter of fact, before I go into next recently, this thing of homosexuality is illegal in a lot of places. You understand? Totally illegal. They catch you doing that, you do a number of years and you pay X amount of money. It is illegal. You have to stay in the hole. But some of them are coming out in the closet. Stay in your closet anyway, right? So recently in Jamaica, they had a situation with a sizzler. Right? So according to the Jamaica Observer, history is repeating itself for Sizzler Kalonji. For the second year in a row, he is under attack from a California gay rights group. Right? The CNJ has been booted from this year's, they call him a Singj, this year's Reggae on the River lineup. Interestingly, he was the headliner for the 2016 staging. So anyway, so they have this yearly activities in California, which they call they say Reggae on the River, right? So for the past 2 years, they don't want Sizzler Kalonji to perform in that show. I mean, the LGBT and the lesbian and the homosexuals, they going against Kalonji. So what they want Kalonji to do now is to bow. They want Kalonji to apologize, and accept them and stuff like that. Just like Buju Banton basically say sorry for the kind of music, this particular song that caused so much people pain and stuff like that, and people have a right to do this and they have a right to do that, and he won't do it again. All right. So that was that was Buju portion, right? But so far they are Sizzler now. You understand? And Buju and Sizzler is too strong, man, in the conscious community. We don't know. You understand? But anyway, so as it turned out, and then now they are Sizzler now. So I don't know if Sizzler will bow, whatever. I don't know if he will apologize to go and sing in California and stuff like that. So that is how the thing is going, right? Right. So another thing now that is messing up our community. The other thing that is screwing up our community now is a question of child molestation or people being pedophiles, right? People interfering with your children, your underage children. People having sex with your little children and raping them and stuff like that. Kidnap them, rape them, do all this kind of foolishness. Now, recently I was reading an article. There is a company who creating dolls. Little children dolls. So if your fancy is little children, then you could get this little doll and you could go home and play with your children doll or your child doll. You have the adult dolls where sick people could go and marry that doll or have a doll home as a wife or some kind of thing like that, or maybe even a husband. So they're making children doll now. So a man who is a pedophile could buy a whole pile of dolls, maybe shiny, black, white, blue, green, all kind of dolls, and he have it lined up home. So he will abuse those rubber dolls and stuff like that, in his sick mind. You understand what I'm saying? So they have that. But you see, that is just the beginning. Because let me just tell you this. In a little while from now, maybe in a few years, maybe a year or two, it could be 5 years, the same people who are pedophiles will be calling for their rights also. And I'm sure there are people in this world, countries or states or whatever it is, they will give those people a right to be able to have sex with little children. Simple as that. They would do that. You understand? Well, let me just tell you something. The people who live in Israel, who all let us call the chosen people of the Most High, which we know is not the children of the Most High, which we know they are fake people down there. You understand? They are not the real Jews. We don't know that already. They have a concept, you understand, that pushing your little finger in a little child, a little girl child, 2-year-old child, is just like, you choke somebody in the eye, and then that will be over. That is these people in concept. You understand? You read the Talmud, the Babylon Talmud, the book that they believe in, and that is what they push in. As a matter of fact, down in Israel, you have a lot of people, a lot of homosexuality going on, and these people are the people who are actually pushing this homosexual agenda. Most people don't know, but if you dig deep, you will realize that these people are doing a lot of wickedness on the face of the earth. But anyway, let us proceed. So the whole point I am making is that these people who call themselves pedophiles, and who are pedophiles, those devils who going about preying on people, little children, just know they will have an agenda. They will be demonstrating for the rights to have sex with little children, because they will come up with all from, what about if the child loves them? And you, the foolish parents out here, will accept that. Because everything that drop, every jump that beat, all you jump in it, you see, they've been training you for years. They have you running behind everything that comes out in the public. They have you, every pants come out, every panty come out, every bra come out, every hat come out. You have to be in it. So they're training you. They've been training you for years for that particular thing. That same people. So what is happening here now? Anything they drop in the society, you don't have a choice but to just roll with it, because that is how they train your personality and your action. So you react to in a particular way to everything that they dish out to you. That is why most of you accepting homosexuality like if it is normal, and it is an abomination. You understand? So then, how the thing going is, woe unto the people that call wrong right and wrong and right wrong. So all you have it to face eventually. So next thing, so when these people now get the rights to have sex with little children, right? So a big old nasty stink man now could have a little 10-year-old girl walking down the street, and that's his woman. That will happen, because that is where the thing is going. Most of you, I know it is hard for you to really foresee it, but look back in your history and look at how the homosexual things used to be back in the day. You understand? And look at how it is now. Sometimes I can't even watch a series in peace. You're watching a nice series, as soon as you get real into the series on the TV, I don't watch TV on the computer, wheresoever, as soon Netflix, wherever, as soon as you get real good into the series, boom, they just drop homosexual on you, or they drop lesbian on you. They don't do it in the beginning. When you're about two seasons going now, most of the time they just bust it on you. That time you get real interested into it. That is witchcraft. You call that. You understand? So the whole point is, this little children thing, eventually, that is what they would do. You understand? That is what they would do. So that is what they do. And you will say, okay, well, just like how most of you are saying they born so, homosexuals born so, is the same thing you always be saying pedophiles born so. They have a particular half a gene or a piece of gene or something that make them so. And then most of you all who call yourselves Christian will be lying and saying, well, yes, God love all these people. You all will be saying that God make those people. That is what you all saying. So that means you have to accept them in your society. That is exactly what will happen, because that is exactly where the world is going. And let us go on. What about those people who thieving and robbing all over the place? They have a right too, because they born a thief. According to you, they born a thief. They born to rob. They have this half a piece of gene or whatever it is in them. So they are part of the society. So then if they are part of the society, then they have to have their right. They have to have some agenda. They have to have their right. They might even have a day of the thieves, day of the pedophile. Yes, so I guess everybody would want their rights. The homosexual will want their rights. The rapists will want their rights. The pedophiles will want their rights. The thieves will want their rights because they are part of the society, and you never know, maybe they're born like that based on the justification of the system, how they justify the actions of homosexuals and stuff like that. You understand? So you never know, they could do some studies and post certain studies and saying that these people are born like that, so here we're going down, they have to get a right too, and then we have to make way so a fella could steal at his pleasure and whatever, or he could kill on his pleasure, just whatever it is. That is how the system goes. But I will tell you something. As I mentioned earlier, they had been training you forever. They had been training you in such a way that everything they comes out with, you will just follow without even thinking. You understand? Now, let me tell you this. Even the Holy Book said you have to grow a child the way it should go. And I think these people use the principles of the Holy Book to control you. You understand? Because the Holy Book states how a human being should function. In other words, how he should function so he could get the maximum amount of effectiveness from his way of thinking. You understand? Because the Holy Book basically is like a manual for us to live. So they use that to control you. You understand? In a negative way. Right? But the same Holy Book, you could use it to see them and burn them out in a positive way. It's how you decide to use it. Okay? So when they grow a child the way it should go, they know that if they tell you enough deceitful things over a period of years or time, what would happen is every time they deceive you, you just accept it. They put out advertisement, you understand, to manipulate the way you think and the way you feel. So you would like that, you would like this, you would like that. So eventually that become like a trend. So everything comes out. I mentioned that earlier in the video. Okay, everything comes out. You just accept it. You just be gullible. Okay? No. Let me just tell you something that would happen eventually. There is a time to come when they will bring out the false images of their deities, them devil worshippers. They will bring out those deities for you to bow to. Just like how they wanted the children, that is our ancestors, to do in Babylon, to bow to their images. When they bring out the false Elohim, the false God, in other words, they bring out the Antichrist or the anti-Yahushua. You understand? When they bring out these kind of people, the fact that they bring it out, a lot of you will be gravitating towards that because you have been brainwashed for years. You have been trained, right? Trained to follow all the trends of that wicked system. You understand? That is why it is easy for most of you to adhere to homosexuality, to adhere to lesbianism, to adhere to a whole lot of things. You see, they're chipping away at you gradually, slowly. So they train your mind, your way of thinking in a particular way. You understand? And when they train it in such a way now, there is nothing you could do but to accept. That is why it's only a few people will be saved in this world. And that's the absolute truth. Right? It will be just like in the days of Noah. Right? When everybody functioning on one level. Right? And only a few people who hold out to the end. These are the people that will be saved. And that will be absolute truth. So when they comes out with their stuff and they tell you, well, okay, well, that is the trend now. You have to accept this mark. You have to do this. You will look at it like a fashion statement because you are so dumb. You know, and not knowledgeable and not wise. They will give you the mark. And when you don't take this mark now, the same influence the homosexuals have determine who walk here and who don't walk here and who do this here and who don't do this here, and they could mash up your whole life. It's a trend. It's the same kind of people will tell you, okay, well, if you stand for that, you can't buy here or you can't sell here. You are not part of us. You are an outcast. You understand? And if you don't do that, then we will cut off your head, or we will do that. You see, that is where the world is leading you. The world is leading you in a place where the only thing you can do is to accept what they push down your throat. You understand? That is what they are doing. And when you kick against them, they will come out and punish you. They will deal with you. You see? And that is what a lot of people are not seeing. It is how they controlling you. And making you accept things that is against your nature to accept. So in other words, you believe in a delusion. That is part of the delusion. You understand? So that is what they do. So you have to be careful. We have to be careful. We have to be awake. And if you become awake, stay woke, man. You have to be constantly watching them, because they never stop watching you. And that's the absolute truth. You see, they have you in such a way, they have you running down and trying to accumulate all kind of material things, all kind of things that don't make any sense, really. You understand? They have you spending your whole precious life dying to achieve material things that won't last. The system is designed that way. All that is this. Watch, those are destructions, and those are distractions. So this road leads you to destruction. And in your journey towards your destruction, it distracts you from everything else that make true sense in your life. So you have to wake up. You have to wake up to see that. You understand? They have you worshiping material things, pursuing material things in the name of ambition, in the name of trying to make a name for yourself, in the name of success. They have you performing idolatry every living day. And you can see that. When you start seeing that, you'll see the world and the nasty system that exists in the world for what it is. But if you want to play an ostrich and stick your head in the ground and leave your ass outside because you don't want to know, you don't want to hear, you just want to go with the program, then good luck. One day you'll wake up to realize how useless that journey was. It's as simple as that. So we gotta stick to it. We gotta wake up, you know. We have to. You must wake up. It doesn't matter. Just wake up. It doesn't matter whether you have, you don't have. It does not make. You have to take that step. That system is not your friend. That system would never be your friend. That system, as a matter of fact, it wasn't designed for people like us. And as a matter of fact, we wasn't designed to live in systems like that. That is why there is so much confusion. That is why there is so much conflicts in our lives. That is why it doesn't matter how much money we have. It doesn't matter how much houses we have. We are just not happy. Because you will work all your life and get a whole lot of money and whatever. And then for the rest of your life, you're living in fear, trying to protect it, and fear that people might come and take it, and fear that you could lose it today or tomorrow. You understand? That is the world you're living in. So where is the peace? You understand? Like a great man said, if there is no peace in it, discard it. You see, and that's the whole point of it. We have to be able to wake up and see what is actually happening in our lives each and every single day. Simple as how it might sound, that might be the best decision you will ever make. Stop doing this idolatry. Seek our Elohim. Try it. Prove it. Test it. You don't have to take my word for it, but take your time and look at it for what it is. You understand? You gotta look at it for what it is. Look at it with an open mind, with an open heart. And you will see how cruel that system is. You understand? Let me tell you something. If you have $1 million and then tomorrow you have none, and you feel the same way you always feel even before you have the $1 million, you're okay. You see, that is where you have to be. That is the place you have to be. You don't have to make you. Material things don't have to make you and create you and give you status. You don't. Okay, but the system is set up in such a way that they will use material things to control you. If they know you want money, they know you seriously want a job, they know you want food, yeah, go ahead and tell the homosexuals that boom, bye bye. Then what they will do, they will fight you, and they will try their utmost best to break you and get you under their umbrella. They will do whatever it takes to make sure, you understand, that you sympathize with a nasty, stinking, dirty cause. And it would not be only in the homosexual industry that will happen. That will happen in your religion, what you believe in, if you decide to serve your Elohim, they will try to destroy you that way. It will happen in case of your politics. It will you see how it happening in politics already. That is how the world is basically going. It will happen to the people who are pedophiles, the people that are rapists, everybody will think they have a right to do whatever they are doing. Because, you know why? Because the whole concept of morality, the whole concept of decency is out the window. You understand? It's simple as that. And those are the things that will destroy a bunch of people. Man, there are people I never had expected them to sympathize with those nasty stuff. And they do. It's sad, but they do. But if you decide to continue going the way of being sympathetic and accepting the norms of the wicked Babylonian system, then at the end of the day you wouldn't enjoy it. You understand? So you must make a choice. Every day there is a choice that is to be made in your life, and you have to make this choice every day. You have to know who you want to serve. It's either you want to serve Yahuwah or you want to serve Mammon. Choose your choice. It's as simple as that. But this world is totally corrupted, and trust me, the road it's on is not a good looking road. Believe that. And they program you, as I said, they program you. That's why you accepting everything they push down your throat. You understand? You have to take a step back and a step out. Actually, you have to come out of her. As the scripture says, come out of her, my people. But what would you come out of if you can't see? You don't know where you're at. How will you come out if you can't see? If you can't see where you're at, where will you come out? So you have to understand the system, and the only way you could understand the system is when you make a choice to serve our Elohim in spirit and in truth. You make that commitment, then you will be seeing everything what you're supposed to see. And then you will see the pitfalls, you will see the holes where you're not supposed to step, because there will be picker there. You know, there will be whatever, traps. You will see the wiles of the devil and the people around you. Yes, you would see that. You know, your eyes will be open wide. Very wide. Just don't ever close it again. Don't ever slumber again. Just like our Father, He never sleep nor slumber, you're not gonna be sleeping and slumbering anytime. Once you get to know, there wouldn't be any sleeping and slumbering for you. You gotta keep that eyes wide awake. That's the absolute truth. So, this is the end of the video. Like the video, subscribe, share the video, and let's keep the talk moving. Be at peace, be blessed. I will see you soon.